Is there anyone in the house today facing something that you've toiled with for some time? It's okay to slip your hand up. Nobody's judging. You know, the world tells you they listen and they don't judge, but they judge before they listened. Is there anyone carrying something today that has just become too heavy? Is there anyone that would desire freedom?
Jesus.
Is there anyone that would desire freedom? You know, as the Israelites began their journey from bondage, I can only imagine the questions that had filled their head, because for so many of them, Egypt had become a place of security, familiarity. Some things we haven't let go of because they fit, they feel good. So we stay there. Getting up is hard to do. I'm sure many of them in their hearts, they reasoned, they had doubt. They wanted to be free,
Jesus.
but they didn't know what freedom was going to look like. This is why we are faith-walking people. How many of you know your eyes get you in trouble first? Many of us stand facing these very emotions today. And I won't tell you not to do so. I won't. What I will say is we are about to make a decision. Say it one more time. We are about to make a decision. You know, Tori said she was going to make some people mad, and it's funny how things happen. The world defends their own. But the minute she said that, me and Coach Shaw stood up with our arms folded. And you ain't hear me, but I say, it's all right, Annie right here. And the other two Annies is in the back, because I looked around for them. So we have to know that together, sometimes, we are stronger. And the world has done a terrible thing with black women especially. Because if I can think you coming for what's mine, I got to take you out. If I think that you might make $5 more than me, then you must go. If I saw that man first, he got to be for me because God showed him to me first. The 10 people in the back laughing, they should have been the ones you was listening to. So we face some of these same issues, but today we're making a decision. We are leaving. We're leaving. We are leaving behind doubt. We are leaving behind struggles. We are leaving behind pain. We are leaving behind betrayal, confusion, heartache, and fear, acknowledging that many of the wounds we bear, now they're about to be mad with you, Annie.
Self-inflicted.
Or self-inflicted.
Yeah.
Yep. You did it to yourself. But today, and again there goes that but, Lord, I love a good but. We are choosing freedom. Understanding that the wilderness is going to bring in and of itself new uncertainties. It's going to bring new questions. It's going to bring new doubts. It's going to bring new hard times and questions. There's going to be the pain of pruning. It hurts, y'all. It hurts. It hurts. The wilderness, though, marks something that's beautiful. You know, 2:30 this morning I woke up, and if you know me, words have never in my life, my grandmother said, I don't know when you didn't talk to T. But I said, Lord, I'm too inadequate for this. It had nothing to do with the words. It had everything to do with the God that I dare not disappoint. And so while the wilderness brings hardness, it also brings his glory. Because it shows us his goodness. It's there he gives his guidance. It's there we find his provision. The command was that the people might be set free to worship. And this is how I know there's God, because you've heard this from multiple people today, and we don't talk to each other about we're going to speak. Because the evangelist doesn't give us our assignments so we can plan that. The intent is for God to use who he will. Our time here is determined by obedience. The buffeting of our flesh. The women of this church and those who join with us, we just sat through. Today marks the end of 21 days of telling ourselves, no, no, no. Because we wanted to hear God. Even if he had to say no, it was better than us giving each other a no. Severing unholy alliances. That's been a cry in my ears for months now. Severing unholy alliances, relationships, kinships. I tell them at work all the time, we got a system of friendships, kinships, themships, situationships. I thank God I don't like boats, so I ain't got to worry about none of those ships. But there's an ark of safety. A departure from self. Yes, I said self. A departure from self is at hand. We have a human responsibility. We're not only choosing to leave bondage, but we're choosing to endure the wilderness. Because we want to gain access to all, to everything. How many of y'all like stuff? You like to collect things. I got a mama, she likes stuff. And she'll collect it. Me and Nicole go and try to remove it. And it's there again. It was there this morning when I stopped by. But in this place, it's a departure from self.
Yes, God.
So I ask you, are you really ready to meet us in the wilderness? You have to ask yourself that question. These beautiful women of God are about to lead us to the water's edge. They're about to take us right up to the point. The Red Sea is right there. They're going to lead us to the water's edge. And as they do so, this is your opportunity to reach up and pull on heaven. The last couple of weeks in intercession, I've asked, Evangelist Whaley has asked, Tori has asked, we've asked for women to call out by name. You might not be able to do that in here, but I want when you get up to worship, and if there's anything on anybody, and there is the physical ability to worship, you ought to want God to sit on you till you can't move. You ought to want the glory of God to overwhelm you, that if it means you got to crawl, I must touch the hem of him. I must get to him. So in this moment, as you pull on heaven, we're going to leave behind and let God have his way, because we want a total exodus. We don't want half of us coming out and some of us staying back. See, I don't want to come out, but I see Tori and I don't grab her hand and pull her with me. I don't want to be the one to come out and I see Brittany and I got her hand, but Jasmine is not connected. When you come out, everything connected to you should come out. That should be your cry. Your sons, your daughters, your spouse, your sibling. I'm going to mess you up. Your enemies. That fire that we want, that blue flame, we know there's another fire. But it was prepared for one purpose. It wasn't for us.
Jesus.
It was that the final judgment, he be taken and be bound and be cast into an eternal pit that would burn forever. That's not the same fire.
Jesus.
So, as they lead us to the edge, I invite you to worship and declare your total exodus today. And in a spirit of obedience, endure the wilderness. Not only seeing yourselves free, but knowing there are others that are watching you. They're looking at you. People tell me things at work all the time, and I'm like, I don't know you, but they say, we know you. We heard you when you speak. That should terrify you.
Yes, God.
That doesn't make me boast. That causes me to quiver, because it's like, Lord, what they saw. My witness can't be trampled. So as the hymn of preparation leads us to the water's edge, once we finish worshiping, the evangelist, the modern day Moses. I know y'all say you can't call a woman Moses, but you got to know that's what they call Harriet Tubman. Check the books. Check the books. Rise to receive her as she takes us through on dry ground into the wilderness.